So we're doing a mukbang with chicken and waffles. I have a hash brown. Queisha has grits. It's very sunny right now, so we can barely see. Hopefully this turns out well. We are amateurs, major amateurs. What waffle you want? Sure. Giant homemade waffles. This is what happened to the first waffle. The first waffle was apparently ruined since I added vanilla. No, it just wasn't enough batter. Enough batter bread. Flour and shit. And we have scrambled eggs. I wanted whole pieces. Queisha wanted strips, so that is what we're doing. Can't tell if that's even. I think that's a little more in there. Yeah, I think I'll take the rest. All right.
We were supposed to talk about stuff.
Yeah, so how's everyone's day going? It's very hot in our apartment. We cannot control the heat, so we're sweating. I just got out the shower, so pretty hot right now. Pretty hot. I'm gonna take a bite. So for background, we used to fry all the time, but we don't fry that much anymore. So it kind of feels good to have homemade fried chicken. What you think? We're drinking water with our meal. Most times we don't drink anything else, unless it's libations.
You don't have libations with meals that often.
Yeah, not often at all. Just in general. Sorry, I burped. Put a little syrups on here. So for now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep this. Just spit. Keep this mukbang amongst family. Took us a while to set things up too. And now the sun is absolutely blinding.
Should get applesauce.
You want me to wrap it some?
Nah.
Okay.
How you like that sass in the door?
Oh yeah, Tiffany, we got the sazon de total seasoning. And we keep thinking about how you said saz in the door total. That was funny. But Queisha's eating the chicken and she put that on there. It's pretty good. And she got fancy white pepper.
You got food in your mouth.
No está bien. Should have grabbed some napkin poos. Later on tomorrow, nope, later on today, excuse me. Sorry, I keep burping. We're gonna possibly go find a shirt to go with my tulle skirt that I have for New Year's Eve tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be a success. If I could just find one cute shirt to go with my dress, my skirt or whatever, that would be great. And now I'm like, should I just have sparkly things on hand? Not that we have much of a social life, but you know.
That's why no one's heard about me having outfit issues. No.
Cold.
And they got thick because they're getting cold.
Hopefully the camera isn't too close to my mouth. It's pretty close. So about that, I'm sorry. Hopefully we can figure out the length of volume and stuff like that. I feel like I gotta eat prim and proper with this camera on me.
Nah.
It's definitely good though. How's your chicken? Did we cook it well? Cool. It's good. Juicy. See, when I eat chicken, I like to clean the bone. Get all the meat.
Half the gristle, 2/3 of the bone.
But I won't do all that. Just cause I don't want to be judged. I mean, I'm cleaning it pretty well still. It's another good topic.
I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
I feel hyper aware how much I eat with my fingers.
I'm hyper aware of how much I do little burps.
Oh, I'm not changing. I'm still eating with my fingers.
It took us so long to figure out setup. Hopefully, because I haven't been able to see. We bought a thingy to record a button, but it only takes pictures, so we should return it actually. Because we needed it for video, not pictures.
That was the microphone, I think. Or was it the stand? That came with either the microphone or the stand.
The stand.
You sure you got that microphone thing plugged in on one?
I hope so. Yeah, I think that's all it went. That's how It's probably what you experienced when you played in with the case on. These waffles are good. Every time I get ready to bite into a thigh, a fried thigh, I think of an old friend who hastily cooked his chicken.
Ha!
And it was raw. And he bit into it. Bloody.
And the thing is, he just flat out couldn't cook. I mean, he was a liar, but that's a story for another day. So he briefly stayed with us. Before he stayed with us, he came over and called himself barbecuing some chicken wings. Did not cook it right. He was putting like the meat directly on top of the flames, then didn't know what to do when the meat caught on fire.
I think he had those undercooked too.
No, those came out cooked because I took over. You thinking of the fish that came out undercooked?
Maybe he was trying to kill us.
Shit, he was successful. And then what was it? And one time he bought a apple pie.
Oh God!
And the apple pie directions said something along the lines of cook it at like 300 for like 3 hours or something like that. And so he was like, well, what if I do it for 500 and do it for like
minutes.
Right, 45 minutes an hour or something like that. Needless to say, it didn't cook right. It bubbled oil.
It made a mess in our fucking oven. His bitch ass never cleaned it up.
We ain't cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Man, I had no intentions on cleaning that up. And then there was a time that she was talking about where he took some chicken out at the last minute
And expected me to cook it. You know, promptly told him no. But he still wanted his fried chicken, so he did it himself.
Right. Turned the stove up way too high, still frozen. That guy, he was a character. We got enough stories about our stay with him.
He lived with us like a month, right?
Just under.
And that quickly taught us not to be so trusting, at least me. I'm pretty sure I was the one who was like, yeah, sure, let's let him stay.
He got kicked out his last place, ain't had nowhere to go. Alright, sure. That story ended with him getting kicked out of our place and his shit literally being thrown across our yard because he was taking too long on purpose and it was getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
So when he wobbled his potbelly stuff out the door, I slammed the door and Liz is like, well, what are we gonna do about his stuff? I said, I'm gonna give him his shit. And I opened the door and started throwing it out of the house.
He was also pretending to be on the phone with his sister, but I saw that his phone was not in a conversation.
That wasn't even the first time she did that. He ain't got nobody to talk to. He loves to pretend to be on the phone.
To prolong things.
Like we don't know what a phone looks like when it's been used.
Especially since I had whatever phone he had.
You didn't have the exact phone because he had an S3.
Oh, and I had the S1.
But still.
Like, you think we some damn fools, huh? This on is bananas.
But it's just funny because we had the apartment was the way Okay, so that apartment situation was a little strange because technically the only person on the lease was me.
Mm-hmm.
And by this time, Liz and I had already been dating for some months. So I'm like, well, you can obviously just live with me. So we actually only had one key. So the day everything just, all the shit hit the fan, usually we had it set up so we would like trade off the key when one person was coming home, all this type of stuff. We kind of had a system set up. So I left. I had a class at like 9 a.m. and I think Liz had a class at like either 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would meet up to trade the key. I would go home, she would go to class. And I just had a feeling that he was going to be on some bull. I just had a feeling. I'm like, you know what, Liz, whatever you do not let him get the key. Don't let him get the key. Make him leave with you. And she's like, but I got to go to class. I'm like, I know. Kick him out with you. I don't care what you got to do. Just don't give him the key. So she went ahead. She kept it with the key. He was trying to be on some bullshit. Like, oh, I was going to give her the key when I met her with her to pay the light bill.
Mm-hmm.
And like, don't even, like, that's not making any sense. Like, how you gonna meet up with me to get a key that you didn't even say that you were gonna meet up with me to get? So
Right.
like, mind you, I
He was
haven't
such a snake.
heard from him that entire day. So I'm like, wait a minute, hell no. So he was gonna try to pull something. I'm not quite sure what, because he didn't get a chance to do it.
I'm thinking maybe ransack the house.
I'm thinking something like that too. I mean, like somebody broke in. I don't know, but I don't think he would have stolen anything because he knew we wouldn't know who it was, and I would have beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But he would have tried to make it look like somebody robbed him again.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could say about the light bill money.
Yeah. So. Wow, he really went through a lot in the month we lived with him. He lived with us. So, was it the same weekend when you went home?
Yeah, I went there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you told me. You called me and told me about it, or texted me about it.
So, I overheard him on the phone talking to someone. I think it was his dad, maybe. I don't know. He was like, "Yeah, man, somebody broke into my car. They stole 8624 or something like that. Something that was real exact to one of our bills."
And when Liz told me that, I was like, hey, homie riding around in a 1994 Cutlass. It is 2012 at this point.
Right.
And B, I'm like, wait, hold on. 8526. I'm like, wait, Liz, that's the light bill. I'm like, that's the exact amount of the light bill. Only thing, Amarin would charge $1 service fee when you go to because I used to go to Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is a grocery store out there.
Mm-hmm.
Go out to Hy-Vee and pay it. And they would charge $1 service fee, so it would have been like 86, whatever. I'm like, Liz, that's the light bill. He trying to say he got robbed and they stole the money for the light bill.
Right. It was the most random, specific amount.
Ain't nobody breaking into that old ass car.
He thought I didn't hear because he had gone on the porch and closed the door, but the window was open because it was still warm outside.
Once again, that wasn't the first time he's done that.
Mm-hmm.
He went.
He's a horrible crook.
He's a horrible crook. I feel like you got to be smart to get away with certain things, and he wasn't that smart.
Mm-hmm.
But what made it so funny was he did that before, and when he did it the first time, he actually wasn't being a crook. He was basically professing his love and proposing a relationship, and he didn't realize that the window was open because the window was in front of this chair, like lazy boy type of chair that I used to sit in. So from the inside, you can't see that the window is open. But if you go on the porch and you pay any attention, you can see that the window is open.
Right.
Excuse me. And yep, nope.
So meanwhile, he's like, yeah, we've been spending so much time together and I've really been enjoying it and blah, blah, blah. And I would love to be able to possibly start a relationship with you next year, like in January. Meanwhile, me and Queisha are like, no, abort mission. We already had this conversation with Edmund. No, don't do this. But he didn't know because...
Well, we tried to tell him like.
Right, we did try to tell him like, he's not ready to settle down,
Like,
you know.
I think he's just trying to enjoy the single
Like
life.
he's trying to soak his wild oats, bust out a little bit of Coming to America reference. He trying to soak his wild oats, but he wouldn't listen, and so
like a damn fool.
Right.
Thought he was getting rejected behind closed doors. It wasn't.
Meanwhile, we heard everything. Well, we didn't hear.
No, I think that time he left the damn door cracked. So it was like cracked and the window was open. All we had to do was turn the TV down some.
Which we did. We were just like, oh my God, is this really happening?
Right.
Yeah. This is recyclable good. But yeah. We actually have a lot of funny college stories. We've known each other a long ass time now.
Yeah. You. Did you ever Did you ever tell him about when Nate visited when Josh lived with us?
I don't know. Mind you, like I keep saying, we lived with Josh for 1 month.
It's a lot of stories in that weekend. The carcass. we just
Oh my God. Sorry, this is probably really loud. I'll put it down further next time.
So, hint, hint. This was at the peak of our greediness, and Josh had the nerve to be greedy. Mm-hmm. So, everybody, well, not everybody, but between the three of us, there was 2 link cards. We went to the store and got stuff. And Josh used his card. Well, I don't know if he used his card, but he went and used his money and got some rotisserie chicken, right? This greedy dude got 2 rotisserie chickens for 3 people. Mind you, Nate was already there. He was already there visiting. But for whatever reason, probably because Josh is a liar and Nate is insane, they didn't like each other.
Right? Like, almost hated.
Yeah. Now, we didn't know this until then. What was it? So then, Nate came down to Macomb for 4 days with $20. Now, I was in Macomb, honestly, this is pure experience, in Macomb for longer with less and came out with more food than what he came out with. So with $20, he spent about 12 of that on a handle of vodka that he split with me. He's like, you want to split the cost of this? I'm like, okay, sure. Mm-hmm. He got 2 burgers from Wendy's. And I think that may have been it. Unless he got something after he got drunk. But whatever.
Right.
So that's what he spent his money on instead of getting some noodles or whatever.
Spent all his $20 on food and liquor. Well mostly liquor. On liquor.
Damn, alcoholic. And then the thing is, like, when we would ask somebody to like visit us, we have no problem feeding you. We'll make sure we got food, at the house.
Right.
Everything. He asked us at the last second.
Right. He asked us like maybe on a Tuesday if he could come over Thursday.
Right.
And we like,
I guess. And then it turned into a multiple day thing instead of just being like one night like we thought.
Right.
And
right, because didn't he have an interview or something?
He had like a meeting with his advisor or something like that. So we thought it was just gonna be like stay the night before, go to the meeting, head back up to Chicago. It's not how that panned out. And so of course he was hungry. Now we had these crunchy curls, like the crunchy curl chips. We had like half a case of those at the house.
Oh yeah, because we were doing like fundraisers and stuff like that.
We couldn't sell them because it was really hot in our house. They got stale.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So he spent that time eating stale ass crunchy curls. And then one of the rotisserie chickens was basically gone. And I was standing in the kitchen washing the dishes, and Josh was standing next to me complaining. And then here come Nate asking if he could have some of the meat off the chicken. And Josh was like, here, and like walked out the kitchen. And I looked
He
at
was
the
just
plate,
so disgusted with him too.
and it was just straight up bones. I'm like, bro, you picking cartilage off of a carcass right now. Like, you really look like one of those stereotypical starving kids in Africa right now. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Right.
What is this? I'm like,
I like to clean off a bone, but I like for there to be meat on the bone beforehand.
no, I ain't want no meat on these bones. You and Josh already went through them bones. Wasn't no damn meat left.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at him like, dude, you like a vulture.
He was picking at it real fast too, like, come on, because he was hungry. To that point, that was like, was that Friday night? Because he stayed Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday's when he left.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a story for another day too. Yeah, we got a lot of stories for other days.
Right. I don't know how long we've been eating, but I'm already pretty full. Had about a waffle and a half. A full leg quarter. Whew.
Gotta eat this. We can put it in the it's soft. Put it in the fridge.
Whew. I hope this camera isn't too close. I mean, this microphone isn't too close to our mouths, because I know I've been letting out little burps and things like that. So for that, I am sorry. I'm about to let another. Excuse me. We can edit that out.
With what?
We have a video editing thing on our phones. But yeah, I hope this mukbang was at least slightly enjoyable. Again, we apologize. This is our first time, so if anything was too close to the mouth and we can hear all the gurgling and chewing, I mean, that's enjoyable about a mukbang, but you know, it might be too much. We haven't figured things out yet. I forgot to do one good crunch bite.
That's bothering me.
But yeah, we're done eating. Again, thanks for sitting with us. Yeah, this will probably just stick between the family, especially since we were using names and stuff, so we don't want to cause any drama. We can leave this one for the family to watch.
I mean, these guys are shitty people. And at this point, they should know that they're shitty people. But, yeah.
Right, this is why we're still blocked on Facebook by both, aren't we?
No, I've seen Nate Crackhead stuff throughout Facebook, various comments and things like that. So I said he looked real old and rough.
Meanwhile, there's someone I'm Facebook friends with, and she's always tagging him in her statuses, Josh. And we're definitely still, or at least I'm definitely still blocked, because I see his name, but I can't click on it or anything. And I never see his responses, but I see her responding to him.
I'm gonna say I probably am too, but I mean, I don't care. Like, he blocks people when they out him for being a snake. I don't care. I mean, one person we know knows he's a snake and they still talk to him. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Whew. All right, guys. Like I said, thanks for sitting with us, and this is over. Guess I'll get up and press stop. Or press the Android button. It'll take a picture. Are your fingers sticky?
Yep.
Damn.
Stop. This is Flash.
I pressed the button. I guess we don't need the remote then.